Welcome back. I'm Diana Pascal, and today I'm going to teach a twisting practice. We will use 2 blocks, and we're going to start seated in Virasana. So sit up on your block, like on the medium height, like this, and go ahead and reach your arms out wide to a T shape. Grab your shoulders, and we're going to warm up with a breath practice incorporating twist. So you're going to inhale, look to the left, twist the elbows over, and exhale, look to the right, twisting. Keeping your elbows as high as your shoulders. Try to keep your head stacked right over your chest so your spine is nice and tall. And then we'll move quicker. You can close your eyes, in, out, left, right, left, right. All through the nose. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Let it be fluid. Swing the elbows. Stay with it, a few more. Good, come to center, reach your arms up, take a big breath in, and then you're gonna hold your breath. So when you're completely full as you can get, seal your lips and swallow down your throat. Slightly draw your chin down, squeeze your elbows straight, and then you'll feel this pressure build as you hold your breath. See if you can stay calm and relax your face. Hold for another moment. Almost there. And then in 3, 2, 1, sigh out of your mouth, release your arms, and rest your hands on your thighs. Go ahead and relax your shoulders and breathe normally. And just notice any clearing or any tingling, any buzzing in your body. And you can float your eyes open. And we're going to come onto our backs. You don't need any props. We will use 2 blocks later. You can bring those to the front of your mat. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then extend your left leg straight on the ground. With your left leg and left hip grounded, open your right knee out to the right as far as it'll go. And then as you exhale, take your knee across for a twist and reach your right arm out to the right. Go ahead and slide your right arm up towards the top, towards your head. And then as you exhale, slide it down towards your hips. And again, circle the arm up. Pinky side up, and then as you exhale, circle it back down. Take it back to a T shape and see if you can extend your right leg any amount straight. And then we'll do the other side. Hug your left knee in, extend your right leg straight, open your knee out to the left any amount, and then take it across to the right for a twist. Extend the left arm out to the left. Again, circle the arm up, pinky side up, and then slide it down towards your hips. And inhale, slide it up. And exhale, slide it back down. Take it back to a T shape. And I don't have any space, but see if you can extend your left leg straight. You can imagine I'm doing it. Didn't think that through. And then hug your knees into your chest. Stay here, or you can take a happy baby. Grab your pinky toe side of your feet. Maybe rock a little left and right in your lower back. Massaging your kidney band, the backs of your hips, the low back. And try to pull your knees towards your armpits. And then take the feet together, let the knees go apart. like a Baddha Konasana butterfly shape on your back, and then move your feet up and down any amount. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, take your head towards your toes any amount. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, take your head towards your toes. Inhale, release. And then see if you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Extend your right leg out to the right any amount. And then extend your left leg to the left any amount. And then extend both legs out any amount. Good. Grab behind your knees, rock yourself up. Come to your hands and your knees for a tabletop position. Stacking wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Arch your spine, look up, inhaling. And exhale, pull navel to spine, heavy your tailbone. Again, breathe in, look up. And breathe out, heavy your head. Go ahead and come onto your forearms. So elbows under the shoulders now. And do a few cat-cows here. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up, lift your sit bones. Exhale, pull belly in, heavy your head. Again, breathe in, look up. And breathe out, and round. Take the hands back up, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and then just drop your left elbow without moving your hands, moving your hips to the right, and then drop your right elbow, move your hips to the left. So just go back and forth, swaying your hips as you tap the opposite elbow down. Again, keeping the hands where they were, don't slide them further away, so keep the hands underneath the shoulders. Come back to center, curl your toes, and then float your knees off the mat just for an inch. Pull belly in. Try to spread the space between your shoulder blades. So try to puff up your upper back. Zip the belly in a little bit more. Spread your knuckles. Grip the mat. Hold for another breath in. Exhale, release, and sit back into a child's pose. So your knees can be a little bit wider than your hips, and you can extend your arms as far forward as they can go. Your hands are going to be a little bit wider than your shoulders. And see if you can stretch as long as you can. And without moving your hands from there, come forward, curl your toes, and go to downward facing dog. And this is a good measurement from child's pose. And let's measure it out. Go to plank. Nice. Lower your knees. Child's pose. So the hands don't move. We're going to flow like this. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. You can soften your knees. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. This time come all the way through to an upward dog, so you can stay on the balls of your feet if you like with your toes curled. And exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Go all the way to up dog. Exhale, lower your knees. Child's pose. Again, inhale, wave it to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, wave it to up dog. Exhale, lower your knees. Child's pose. Beautiful. Come back onto your forearms. And come into a forearm plank. Just going to work on the core a little bit. Go ahead and tap your knees down and come into Sphinx pose, which is a little back bend. So elbows are as wide as the shoulders. Shoulder blades down your back, chest open. And then exhale, lift your belly button up and lift your pelvis up. Engage your core. And then finally lift the knees for your forearm plank. Again, lower the knees, come into your back bend so you curve the spine. And exhale, curve it the other way, pull belly in, and then lift the knees. One more, lower the knees, wave it into a little back bend. Exhale, pull navel to spine, then lift the knees. Good, stay in your forearm plank and move your heels to the left and move your heels to the right. So your hands don't move, your forearms stay centered. Go left, go right. Go left, go right, come back to center. Walk your feet up a little bit so you're in a down dog on your forearms. Spread your knuckles and push your chest back. Relax your head, maybe shake your head left and right. One more breath in here. And lower your knees. Come to downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet. Bend one knee, straighten the opposite leg. Spin your heels to the left. Bend your left knee. Come onto your right fingertips. Spin your heels to the right. Bend your right knee. Come onto your left fingertips. Come to center. Reach your right leg up. Step in between your hands. Lower your back knee. Let's take the hands wider than the mat on the tips of the fingers. So on the tips of the fingers, move the hips left and right. And then see if you can get your armpit on your right kneecap. So find that connection. Your back foot's pointed, and with your back toes pointed, see if you can float your knee off the ground. And then release. Move the hips forward, and then from the rooting of the hips forward, reach the arms forward, and then up, 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 up. Come all the way up to Anjaneyasana. Pull the belly in a little bit, and lift the belly away from the right thigh, and stretch the arms up by the ears. Grab your left wrist and side bend to your right. Breathing in and out. Inhale, come up to center, bring your hands to prayer. Hook your elbow outside your thigh. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, push your chest towards your thumbs. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your hands. Straighten just your right leg, so move the hips back. And let's go forward and back. Inhale, look forward, chest up. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Try to traction your right heel backwards. Inhale, bend, look forward. Exhale, pull the hip back. Let your head go down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Stay there. Rotate your right toes to the right. And then rotate your toes to the left. Rebend your knee and step to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step through. Release your back knee. Bring your hands wider than your mat on the tips of your fingers. And sway your hips left and right. Just a little rocking. And then try to get your ankle directly under your knee and pull the left armpit on the kneecap. Sink the hips forward and down. Point your back toes and then see with your back toes pointed if you could float your knee even for one breath. And then release. And we're going to rise up, reaching the arms forward and then up and back. Pull the belly off of your left thigh. Pull the belly in pulling your feet towards one another. Grab the right wrist, side bend to the left. Inhale, come up, hands to prayer, hook your elbow outside your thigh. Use your inhale to lengthen your spine, and use your exhale to push your chest towards your thumbs. Take another breath in and out. Plant your hands, move your hips back, straighten your left leg, lift your toes up. Go forward and back. Breathe in, chest up, breathe out, extend, you can drop your head. Breathe in, hips forward, chest up. Breathe out, hips back, extend. Again, inhale and exhale. Try to pull your left heel back. Good. Rotate your toes to the left. Rotate your toes to the right. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale all the way to an up dog on the balls of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, bend your knee, let your hip open this time. Draw a circle one way. Draw a circle the other way. Straighten your legs, square your toes down. Your leg will have to lower more than likely. Good. Lift and lower your left heel. Draw your knee over to your left elbow, touch it. Touch the right elbow. Try to kiss your knee and then step in between your hands. Spin your back heel down. And then again, feel that your knee and your armpit are touching and your back toes are turned in 45 degrees. So like your back toes face the upper left corner of the mat. So we're in a warrior one stance where we haven't stood up yet. So I want you to find your feet here before we rise up. Make sure your back heel is really grounded. And your feet can be slightly in two lines. So the feet are about as wide as the hips. And then you'll rise up, reach the arms forward, 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 then up. Grounding the back heel, grounding the outer edge of your back foot. Take your arms into like a V shape, so a little bit wider than normal. Lift your chest. Look up. And then take the hands behind the head, interlace your fingers. Lean your head back into your hands. Keep heaving your right knee towards 90 degrees. Don't lose the connection in your back foot. Take 2 more breaths. Notice if you're dumping in your low back, maybe zip the belly in a little bit more. Use your exhale to release. And straighten your right leg any amount. You're welcome to use a block here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, release your head. Step to downward facing dog. Other side, take the left leg up, bend the knee, let the hip open. Draw a circle one way. Draw a circle the other way. Straighten the legs, square the toes down. Square the left hip down. Lift and lower your right heel. Take the knee over to the right elbow as you exhale, and then touch your left elbow. Try to kiss your knee and step in between your hands. Spin your right heel down. Get your left knee to touch your left armpit. Your feet can be as long as they need just to get the right heel grounded. And the left knee, again, is bending towards 90 degrees. Right toes facing the upper right corner of your mat. So feel that your tailbone and your sacrum are moving straight back from the center of your spine. Use your inhale to reach forward and rise up to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Take the arms out to a V shape. And just again, notice if you're really tilting your belly forward, maybe pull it in slightly. Feel the opening in the right front of the hip. V the arms. And then from there, interlace the fingers behind your head. Put the other finger on top. Lean your head back into your hands. Keep sinking the left knee forward. Keep finding the outer edge of your right foot. Take another breath in. Use your exhale to release your hands. Move your left hip back to extend the leg any amount towards straight. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, let your head go down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Bring your arms into a cactus shape. Roll to your right hip. Push your right hand down. Come onto your left fingertips for a little chest opener, external rotation in the right side. Breathe in. Push the right hand down. Breathe out. Lift your head, lengthen, and lower. Good. Other side. So the elbow stays in line with the shoulder as you roll to your left hip, pushing the left hand down. So this is forcing external rotation in the left side, the left shoulder. Use your inhale, lift your head, lengthen your spine. So wiggle those ribs longer and then lower. Good. Come to your belly. Cactus your arms. Lift your hands above your elbows. Lift your feet. Feel the strength in your back muscles. Take another breath in. Exhale, release. Pull your belly button in. Curl your toes. Do a push-up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten your leg. Exhale, take your knee to your left elbow. You can kick out to the left if you want. Fallen triangle. Stay here or you can float your right foot. Exhale, plant your hands, step in between your hands. Spin your back heel down, warrior one. Hands to prayer, hook your elbow outside your thigh. Now this twist is going to be more challenging because the back heel is grounded, so that keeps the left hip to its own side. So if this feels inaccessible, you could lift the heel to a lunge, but just notice what changes. So do what's best for you. And then again, as you exhale, you're going to turn further towards your thumbs, towards your prayer palms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop your chest on your thigh and reach your arms back. Lift your back heel. See if you can lift it to a warrior three. Keep the right knee a little bit bent. And step back. Kick the right leg up. Down dog split. You're going to walk your hands backwards to your left foot for standing split at the back of your mat. Open your right hip. And then exhale, close the hip. Draw the right knee down. Bend your right knee. Suction your heel towards your butt. Try to lift the knee higher. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Walk your hands forward. Step in between your hands. You're going to grab your blocks, 2 blocks, and walk them forward for warrior three. So your hands are on blocks, your left toes face down. You can have a micro bend in your right knee. Lengthen your spine forward. Maybe look at something in front of you. Come onto your fingertips. And then stretch your left arm forward and stretch your right arm forward. Thumbs up. Imagine you have a big bowling or a big beach ball between your hands. Feel the strength of your back, squaring your hips. Exhale, plant your hands, draw your left knee to your nose. Step your toes to touch. Come into a chair pose. So settling in, finding this symmetrical position in the hips. Sitting a little bit lower perhaps. Finding the balance between the toes and the heels. And then go ahead and drop your chest to your thighs. Reach your arms forward. And then fold over your legs, any amount. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, and step to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale your left leg up, bend your knee, let your hip open. Exhale, take your knee over to your right elbow, kick out to the right, fallen triangle. Maybe play with lifting the left foot or think about it. Exhale, step in between your hands. Warrior one, the right heel spins down, rise it up. Hands to prayer, twist to the left. So again, as you twist, if this feels inaccessible, you can lift the back heel. That's gonna help your spine turn more. Otherwise, keep the heel grounded to keep that right hip to its own side, and then you'll find more of the twist in the upper spine. Inhale, lengthen. Crown of the head forward, tailbone back, and then exhale, you turn. Breathe in, breathe out. Plant your hands and rise up, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, drop your chest on your thigh, reach your arms back. See if you can float the right leg any amount, keeping the left knee bent. And step back, downward dog split, the left leg is high. Walk your hands back, back, back towards your right foot. Open your right hip. And as you exhale, close the hips. The left hip goes down. Bend your knee. Lift your knee really high. Squeezing your heel towards your bum. And exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Step forward. Grab your blocks, warrior three with hands on blocks. Wrapping the right toes down. Micro bending your left knee. Stretch your right arm forward, thumb up. Stretch your left arm forward, thumb up. Imagine something's energizing the hands together. You're holding something between your hands. Lift your chest, see something in front of you. Energize the right foot. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Draw your knee to your nose. Toes touch, chair pose. Sit really low. Get the arms up. As you exhale, drop your chest to your thighs and then sit all the way on your mat and come into boat pose. Extend the legs and then lower halfway. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Low and high. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift high. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift high. One more. And lift high. Bring your feet together, knees wide. Grab your big toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, pull your chest towards your toes. Push your knees away from you. Breathe in. Lengthen your spine. Breathe out. Pull your chest down. Inhale, come up. Step on your feet. Toes face forward. Bring your hands behind you. Turn your fingers forward. And lift up to a reverse tabletop. You could look at your belly button, or you could drop your head back. Take 2 more breaths. In and out. In and exhale, you release. Cross your shins, roll forward, and just step to downward facing dog. If you want, you can inhale, wave it to an up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Take your feet hip width, walk your hands to your feet. Micro bend your knees so you can measure 2 fists between the arches of the feet. That's hip width. Let your head go down. Maybe shake your head no and yes. You can stay right here, or if it's accessible, you can take your hands underneath your feet. Palm side up to start. So take the toes to the creases of the wrist. And your knees are bent. When the knees are bent, we're finding the fold in the hips. So this is for your hips. It's not really for your hamstrings. So good. And then another variation I like is to turn the thumbs out and step on top of the hands. So where your rings would go if you had rings. Thumbs out. And so just feel the coolness of your feet on the tops of the hands. You can micro bend your elbows. Your knees are bent. Your head is heavy. Nice. And then we'll release. We'll crawl the hands forward, back to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step through. Grab your blocks. Warrior 3. Micro bend your right knee. Take your right hand to your hip and then look to the right. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Push down with your left hand and turn your chest open. So think the crown of your head's going forward, your left leg is going straight back. Take another breath in. Exhale, release. Draw your knee to your nose. Chair pose. Pull your right knee up into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Just like we did on our back, we're going to take a spinal twist here. So extend the right arm back. Look to the right. Stay there, or maybe just kick your leg forward. You don't have to grab the foot. Nice. And then give your knee a little squeeze. Come back to the front. Sit in chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. If you want to, you can take a chaturanga. And we're going to meet in downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step through. Grab your blocks. Warrior 3. Right hand stays on the block. Make sure the blocks are directly under your shoulders. And then turn to the left. See something to the left of you. Keep the right leg really strong and straight, and then extend the left arm up. Push down with the right hand to turn your chest open. Take another breath in. And use your exhale to release. Step the toes together. Chair pose. Inhale, hug the left knee up into the chest. Grab outside your thigh. Turn to the left, and then reach the left arm straight back. Thumb is up. Just like our spinal twist on our back. Stay there, or maybe push the left leg straight. Chest up. Chair pose. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take chaturanga if you want. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Come onto your elbows and come into dolphin. Walk your feet up towards your elbows. So a short dolphin. Let your head relax. Stay here, or maybe lift one leg. And then maybe lift the other leg. And of course, if you want to go upside down, you can take that. Take a few breaths wherever you are, in dolphin or a forearm stand if you like. If you want to take a forearm stand, I like putting a block between my hands and putting just a little, it's a boundary so the hands don't come all the way together. And you would lift one leg and then maybe float the other leg up. You You can always practice this against the wall. I have a video tutorial on this you can watch on my channel. And then when you're finished, take a seat on your feet if that's accessible. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can sit with a block between your feet. So just take a moment to sit up. In this nice symmetrical seat. And then we're going to set up for a pigeon pose. So I'm going to show you guys a little variation you can set up. If you have a blanket, you could bring it here. It's not necessary, but you might want it. And then you're going to use your 2 blocks. So you're going to slide your right knee out to the right, slide your left leg back. So with the blanket, you have something underneath your hips so they can sink down a little bit more without holding the pose the whole time. So it's a little bit more restorative. And then we're going to do a twist here. So you're going to put a block underneath your left ear, and you're going to thread the needle to the right. Reach the right arm up. From here, you have a couple options. You could slide your right hand around your lower back. You could grab your right foot. Or you could take the right arm over your ear, just for a little side stretch. Maybe even bend the right elbow. Grab the back of your head near your block. We're just going to take a little open twist. You're opening the right shoulder a little bit here. So whatever variation feels good. And then you can even take your left hand to push your right shoulder more open if you want. And if you want to do a quad stretch, you could bend that left foot. Maybe the foot's close by to grab. And then we're going to come up and just take a little bit of a back bend in this shape. You could reach the arms up here, engaging the legs, drawing the knees together. And then just go to the other side. Just step back through your dog. Slide your left knee towards the left. A little bit of the left of your hip. Slide the right leg back. So you don't want to be leaning just to the left hip. So this blanket might help you to square your pelvis forward more. And then when you feel stable, you can twist to the left. So slide your right ear on your block. Take your left arm up, reach it around. You can catch your left foot. Or you could reach the left arm over your ear for a moment. You could bend your elbow, grab the back of your head. And then take the arm around the low back and then push your left shoulder up with your right hand. Maybe look up. And then you'll release and sit back up. Draw the knees towards one another. See if you could maybe reach the hands up for a moment here. Taking a little back bend. Step to downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Take your blanket to the side. Bring your knees wider. Bring your left hand behind you and press your hips up. Any amount. Inhale, lower. Let's go to the right. Lift the hips. Exhale, sit back. One more. Inhale, lift to the left. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, lift to the right. Exhale, sit back. Okay, I'm going to cross the shins, sit back, have your blocks here, just like hip width on the lowest height. And we're going to come into a bridge with our feet on blocks. So feet on blocks, press the hands down, lift the hips up. Lengthen your tailbone down a little bit. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. Don't let your knees go too wide, so keep them about hip width. Push your hands down into the mat and puff up your chest. Take one more breath in, and then you can release. If a full wheel is in your practice, follow along. You can take that with me. Otherwise, you can take another bridge. If you're doing full wheel, we're going to keep the feet on the blocks. Bend your elbows. Take your fingers to face your feet and come on to the hands. On your inhale, you're going to go to the crown of your head. On your exhale, you're going to push your arms straight and push your chest backwards. Because of the blocks, you're going to feel this a little bit more in the upper spine and the shoulders. Keep pushing your chest towards your arms. Keep drawing your knees towards one another. Relax your head. Try to breathe evenly through your nose. When you're ready to come out, tuck your chin, exhale, and very slowly lower down. We will do one more, and then we'll rest. You can use the blocks if you like, or you can take a regular wheel with your feet on the floor, maybe to feel the difference. Hands by the ears. Use your inhale to come to the top of your head. Use your exhale to push your arms straight. Push your chest back. Wrap your knees towards one another. Lengthen your tailbone. Squeeze your glutes. Relax your head and your neck. Take a couple more breaths evenly through your nose. Use your exhale to tuck your chin and slowly release. Grab that block, bring it in between your thighs on the skinniest width. Bring your feet wider than your hips. Put your hands on your belly, on your torso, and rest. Notice how you feel after that practice and after the back bends. Let your belly rise and fall easily with the breath. Release any gripping on the face, the jawline, the forehead. Soften the eyes. Let your body start to relax and rest. You could stay here as long as you want. If you want to take more of a traditional Shavasana, you could extend the body straight. Turn the palms up by your side if you like. If you want to take a restorative pose of any other kind, you can set that up. If you want to open the shoulders very subtly here, you could cactus the arms. Or just find a space to be still for the next few breaths. Allowing yourself to receive the grace of your efforts and the grace after your practice. Notice the sweetness of how you feel. Connect to the stillness in your body.
and connect to the movement that's happening with the breath. And just allow whatever is here to be here. No need to change anything. Reach your arms long. Roll over to one side. You can curl up into a little seed, like a fetal position. Keep your head heavy, and then you're going to push yourself up nice and slow to sit, to finish the practice. I hope you enjoyed your practice. I hope it serves you, and it's so nice to have you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.